Good? Okay. All right, Coach Bucky, open up opening statement and then open up for some questions.
Congrats to Chattanooga, man. They played really well tonight, played good on offense, played good on defense. We did not play well. We didn't play well in a couple of games, but particularly offensively. It's hard. It's really hard on us, and we're in a lot of dilemmas when we're shooting less than 40% from the field. And we're playing this game of, all right, can we score enough points without turning the team over? And so we have to get in that mode of trying to get the game up and down so there'll be enough possessions in the game, particularly when we're down by 15. I didn't know what we cut it to, but y'all mentioned we got it all the way down to 4 points. It's usually where we thrive, and then we came up empty for about 10 minutes from the field, however long it was. But they shot an astronomically high percentage from the field the second half. A lot of that though was just we were down by 15 points and we had to generate tempo. Period. And they played good offense. They scored in the last 4 or 5 seconds several times. And they were really dialed in. There's a reason they've won 6 in a row now. Their last loss was to us when we beat them up there. But they're first place of the league. We're second place of the league. We're 1-1 versus them. Still got a lot to play for, but we got to play better. I mean, our players are not playing right now as confident as they were a couple of weeks ago. That's the biggest thing that I see. Is we're just not playing confident. We're playing a little tired. We got to get that corrected. It's a long season. I told these guys that. If you told me we played Chattanooga and we're going to be the top 2 teams in the league up to this point, we got them there, they got us here, it makes sense. But I just don't like the fact that we're not playing as good as we were 2 weeks ago. So basketball's a long season, man, and we can turn it around. But we're going to have to play better, and we're going to particularly have to play better on offense. Second game in a row, we've been really, really low shooting the ball from the three-point line. I thought we had some good looks. Highlights, Josh Holloway played really well in the game. Our bigs played really well, and Jaden Brownell and obviously Riley Allen's back. They really helped us get that lead back to 4 points. So anyway, good student turnout. Sorry we couldn't pull it off, but we'll be back. There'll be better days.
Coach, what is it about teams like Chattanooga and ETSU that have caused y'all such problems over the past few weeks?
You know, I don't know. ETSU's they're 2 completely different style of teams. So I don't know. ETSU's a grinder defensive team. Chat's an offensive group that play pretty good on defense. But, you know, I'm probably going to go back and I would say the shots we got overall were probably pretty decent, I would say. ETSU, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that. I would say if I look back at the shots, just took a picture of them, I'd say that's pretty good. We didn't guard well at all. The fact that we got back cut as much as we worked on that as many times as we did is just, that's alarming. I mean, it can't happen. And as much as I felt like we went up there in the game up there and we really had an energy and a tenacity to us, we didn't have it tonight. And a lot of times when you're not making shots, it affects your defense. You know, it's just hard to get the energy going. And, we just couldn't get over that hump.
Speaking of energy, it felt like there were a couple of times, especially during the second half, where y'all were trying to generate tempo, and especially when y'all cut the game down to 4, but then they called timeout and kind of put a stop to that. What was it about that you think was a little bit unsustainable about those runs, whether it was on Chattanooga's side or y'all's side?
Just not being able to score, man. You know, I mean, just when you can't score, it's hard on a lot of things. You know, it's hard on your defense because they're going to be in transition. It's just hard on a lot. I mean, and playing those guys from behind by double-digit points, 10 to 15, late in the game, it's hard. I mean, they got all guards. So, you know, it's not like we were trying to over-trap them, but you put yourself in a spot where can we score enough points to get back in this game? And if the answer to that is no, then it's pretty obvious. You got to try to speed the game up to make a 8-minute game feel like a 16-minute game. And so that wasn't good. We were actually pretty good in our zone for a while, but when you're down, it's hard to stay in your zone because you got to generate some. You got to force them to play at a different type of pace so you can get back in the game.
What is it about the quickness and shooting ability of Huff and Bonham that make them so tough to guard?
You know, they played together a while. I mean, they went through it last year. They got beat in the semis. They've been around. They know each other well. They've been in this league a long time, and they came in and played together since they were freshmen, sophomores, I guess, at VMI, then went to Chat. But they're playing really good basketball. I mean, it's it. You know, we were playing good basketball. Like when Ryland's playing really good, it feels like he can't miss a shot, right? When Trey's playing really good, it feels like he can't miss a shot. Where they're kind of in that zone of these 4 or 5 games where it feels like they're completely dialed in and playing really good basketball.
And then what was kind of the message after the game with the guys knowing you go to Wofford on the road on Saturday? What's kind of the message that you wanted to relay to them after this one?
That I got confidence in them. I mean, that's the deal. I got confidence in our team. They gotta find the confidence within themselves as individual players at times. We just didn't play with that confidence you got to have. I mean, we can talk strategy all we want, and there are certainly things that we were just that we did not do a good job for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why we got back as many times as we did. That's all we pretty much worked on. So we were mentally a little loose. I'll say that. I'll be the first to say that. I'll be the first to say I got to prepare them better. But if you looked at these matchups tonight, they were pretty on point. You know what I'm saying? They kind of got the best of it tonight. I mean, Frank Champion, you know, he went against Larry, who's one of the best defenders I've ever coached, and he was able to find buckets there late and making shots and all that. And guess what? Last time we played them, we were that team. We were the team finding the buckets on them. And really, when it comes down to it, when you kind of look at it this time of year, it becomes a game kind of a matchups. And I just felt tonight they really had it going. Bonham, Huff, Champion, the role players, they played well. They're obviously very well coached, good team, and you know, we played them well last year, played them well the year before, played them well this year until this game. But our offense is going to have to play better. I mean, it's simple as that. Like, we cannot win games not shooting over 40% from the field.
Talked about early in the year, a lot of it was building towards the tournament, getting
Yep.
better and better kind of each week, and kind of a little 2-week stretch here, a little bit of a slump. How do you kind of feel like you turn that around and start peaking at the right time with the tournament around the corner?
We got to get back fresh, man. You know, just got to get back fresh. And we just didn't look fresh tonight, you know. It looked like it was the monotony of the season, you know. And I know some guys played some minutes. I expect out of Ryland, played 32 minutes in the game. We got to recover and get ready for the next one. You know, we're going to Wofford, which is a very tough place to win, as we all know. Come back, you play Furman, then you got Western, then you're on the road at VMI, and you're on the road at Greensboro. But this league is an interesting league. I mean, we go up to ETSU and play those guys and battle them, and then VMI. Is that ETSU tonight? I guess. Who had ETSU tonight?
Western and
Western had ETSU tonight, and Western wins it over there, right? I mean, this league can just swing in a second, a million different ways. So anyway, we got to just control what we can control, man, and that's going to be playing our best basketball as we move forward. But again, we have to get back fresh and playing better on offense. I know that.
And Coach, just want to say one thing about Oleanka. He
Yep.
played more than he usually did in this season. What have you seen in his development over the year?
He's gotten better. He comes in there and works really hard. He's long. He's athletic. He can guard multiple positions, 1 through 5. So he's a really good defender, even though it was not his best defensive game tonight. I mean, he usually gets the better of a lot of matchups. Tonight, just, I don't know. It could be you go back and watch tape. Sometimes they guess right, you guess wrong, right? But he's a great defender who works hard, who's going to keep getting better and better and better.
Good.
Okay.